Before I say what I'm about to say about Stephen A. Smith, let me gather myself. I thought, how could my brother Stephen A. turn on me like that? On me? Seriously?
Okay, so in today's video, we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith ending his friendship with Skip Bayless, man. Stephen A. Smith says Skip Bayless has not picked up his phone calls, man, ever since Stephen A. teamed up with Shannon Sharpe. So I guess there is more of a deeper issue behind the scenes amongst these three guys, because we just recently seen Skip Bayless lie on Shannon Sharpe on Steven Jackson on the Smoke podcast about how they broke up over Tom Brady.
I'm defending Brady, and Shannon went crazy, and then at some point, he's suggesting he's as good as Tom Brady, or was as good as Tom Brady at that point, still was.
He did not say that.
Huh?
He did not say that.
Well, he did. That's how I interpret it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have been mad too. Put your glasses back on after you say some shit like that.
Okay.
But nowhere close to Brady.
I'm like...
And you also got to remember, guys, Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless went back and forth a couple of years ago online when Stephen A. was going on podcasts telling people Skip Bayless was on thin ice with the bosses at ESPN, and Skip Bayless didn't like that, and he felt like Stephen A. Smith stabbed him in the back.
Skip Bayless was doing his thing with First Take, having the two live stews, Jamel Hill, Rob Parker, and various other people debating against him. And then in 2012, they weren't satisfied with the numbers. They weren't satisfied with the ratings, the level of revenue that was being generated. Skip Bayless comes to me in the parking lot on the campus of ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut. And he says, I know you got your plans. You love the NBA. You love being out on the road. You love being in the locker room. But he said, but I need you. He said, I've done all that I could to take this as far as I could go. I need you to do this for me, please. He said, I just need 3 years. He said, I think we'll knock it out the park.
Before I say what I'm about to say about Stephen A. Smith, let me gather myself. What? I cannot tell you how wrong that was. It was so recklessly inaccurate. It was such shocking fabrication. I thought, how could my brother Stephen A. turn on me like that? On me? Seriously? Stephen A. was suggesting that he saved and then made First Take.
This was before Skip and Shannon break up. But now let's move fast forward into current time with Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. Everybody is wondering what's going on with those guys because we haven't really seen them talk about each other or shout each other out or go on each other's podcasts. You know, Skip Bayless is not at FS1 now, so you would think he would have Skip on his show. And same and vice versa. Stephen A. Smith has his own podcast. You would think at some point he would have Skip Bayless on the show, but it seems like these two have been avoiding each other. So Stephen A. Smith went to Camron's new podcast. He had an interview with Camron. So let's check out this clip, and then I'll be right back with some more commentary, guys. Here's the clip right here.
Be sure to hit that like button for me if you haven't already. That helps this YouTube channel continue to grow. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with all of my current YouTube videos. Peace.
What is your relationship with Skip Bayless today?
I don't have one.
Okay. Because that's what I was going to ask you, real quick. I actually seen when, I can't remember exactly what it was, but Skip Bayless was going through something. And I guess, I don't know if it's the Shannon Sharpe shit or what happened, but I remember you reached out to him. You said on your podcast, he didn't pick up the phone for you. And you was like, I tried. So that's why I was asking where you guys are today.
There's nothing, I have nothing bad to say. I'm eternally grateful to Skip Bayless, who brought me on First Take, as Shannon has articulated about himself as well. Because you should never forget somebody that gave you that opportunity. You really, really shouldn't. And when I say we don't have a relationship, it's not anything negative from my end. It's me letting you know, yo, bro, I picked up the phone on several occasions and called him. He never called me back. And so, to me, if you that kind of person, that doesn't make you bad. It just means that we can't vibe, because I'm going to answer a call. I'm going to answer a call. There's nothing, I got a lot of people over the last year or two that have really, really pissed me off. I'm picking up the phone if they call.
Right.
There's only one person that I won't pick up the phone for. Everybody know who that person is. That no good, sorry ass. Everybody knows who that is. I don't have to say his name.
Right.
Outside of that one human being on the planet Earth, you understand, who I think is the human incarnation of the devil.
Right.
Everybody knows. Anybody else calls me, I'm going to pick up the phone.
Right.
And so Skip had his right not to pick up the phone when the whole Shannon thing was going down, and that's fine.
Right.
That's his prerogative.
Right.
But live with that.
Right.
Do what you got to do.
Right.
That's how you felt it was best. That's why I know Skip better than most. And I know that it wasn't malice or malicious intent with him not doing that. He's just a different cat. And he operates, in a different way. I see him operating differently now than he did when he was on TV.
Right, absolutely.
And in terms of, wanting to talk to people more, as opposed to when he see me, I'm always me.
Right.
And so that's not to say, again, anything negative about him, but our relationship goes back too long for me not to get a call from you.
Yeah, exactly.
When I called you.
Exactly.
And so when you made that decision, cool.
Right.
Live with your decision.
Okay, so that's Stephen A. Smith denouncing his friendship with Skip Bayless. He said that Skip hasn't been picking up the phone. And rightfully so. If I was Skip Bayless, I probably wouldn't pick up the phone. Stephen A. Smith was loudly to send an olive branch to Shannon Sharpe. Now Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe is at ESPN. Skip Bayless is a dinosaur right now in a field that people are calling him a godfather. They saying that Skip Bayless pretty much created debate culture, sports debate culture, right? So they call him the godfather of that. Dan Lepetard has been one to say that Stephen A. and Skip Bayless ruined sports television. So now you got to think about it. In Skip's point of view. They pushed Skip Bayless out. Fox doesn't want him. ESPN doesn't want him. Stephen A. has loudly said that ESPN doesn't want Skip Bayless back, and he doesn't want Skip Bayless back over there. He has been saying that loudly for quite some time, that the Stephen A. and Skip Bayless chapter has ended as far as sports television goes, right? So then you got to think, now Fox Sports cut ties with Shannon Sharpe. Stephen A. Smith offers the olive branch loudly, and next thing you know, Skip shortly got pushed out from Fox Sports, and now he is on his own with his podcast, and people will say that Skip Bayless has been suffering ever since. So yeah, that's the reason why Skip doesn't want to pick up the phone. I mean, you can't offer this man a job opportunity, so why should he pick up the phone? There's nothing for these guys to talk about, really, right? So yeah, man, I would love to hear y'all thoughts about today's video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you make this far in the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I'll have Camron podcast link down below if you guys want to go check out the full video in its entirety. Catch you guys on the next one. We out, guys. Peace.